Imagine the dawn breaking over a restless sea, the world cloaked in a dense, suffocating fog. You stand at the edge of uncertainty, waves of doubt crashing against your resolve. Where is your path? How do you navigate when yesterday's failures blur the horizon? There, cutting through the haze, stands a lighthouse unyielding, piercing a beacon of unshakable truth. That lighthouse is your inner voice, and the words you speak to yourself each morning are its radiant beam. They guide you through the storms of self-doubt and set your intention for the battles ahead. Welcome to the journey of 12 powerful things to tell yourself every morning. In this first step, awakening the inner voice, we dive into the profound importance of morning self-talk. It's not just a ritual, it's your shield against the chaos of the mind, your compass when the fog of fear obscures your way. You have the power to shape your day before it shapes you. Feel the weight of that truth. Let it stir something fierce within you. Every morning you stand at the helm of your destiny. Will you drift aimlessly or will you steer with purpose? Let's awaken that voice within and let it roar. Picture yourself waking to the gray light of dawn, the weight of yesterday pressing down like a stone on your chest. You lost a deal, missed a deadline, stumbled over words in a crucial moment. The memory stings like salt in an open wound. You lie there tangled in sheets, thoughts spiraling into a vortex of, "I'm not enough." The day hasn't even begun yet, defeat already claims you. You're lost in a fog so thick you can't see the shore of hope. But wait, stop. You have a choice. You drag yourself to the mirror, look into your own weary eyes and whisper, "Today I start anew. I am stronger than my setbacks." At first the words feel hollow, like shouting into a void, but you repeat them louder with grit. "I am stronger than my setbacks." Something shifts. The fog begins to thin, and a faint beam of light, your inner lighthouse, cuts through. You remember that failure isn't a verdict, it's a teacher. You recall the countless times you've fallen and risen, each scar a badge of endurance. As you speak these words, you're not just talking, you're building. You're constructing a bridge over the ruins of yesterday, a path to today's possibilities. By the time you step out into the world, you're not the broken soul who woke up, you're a warrior armed with intention. This is the power of morning self-talk. It's not about ignoring pain, it's about reframing it. Like a lighthouse piercing the fog, your affirmations guide you back to your strength when uncertainty threatens to drown you. The lesson is clear, your voice can pull you from the depths, but only if you choose to speak. Now imagine a different morning. You wake to the shrill cry of your alarm, heart already racing. Today is not ordinary, it's a gauntlet. A high-stakes presentation looms, a conversation you've dreaded for weeks awaits, or a personal challenge towers like a mountain before you. Your mind churns with worst-case scenarios. What if you falter? What if you're exposed as a fraud? The fog of anxiety rolls in thick and cold, obscuring your confidence. You feel small, unprepared, adrift on a sea of what-ifs. But you pause. You sit on the edge of your bed, breathe deep, and summon your inner voice. "I am ready for this. I have prepared and I will endure." You say it once, twice, until the tremor in your hand steadies. You visualize the lighthouse in your mind, its beam slicing through the murk, illuminating the path ahead. Each word you speak anchors you, tethering your focus to the present. You're not just preparing for the day, you're claiming it. The challenges remain, but they no longer loom as monsters. They're obstacles you're equipped to conquer. As you move through the morning, that affirmation becomes your silent chant. When nerves spike, you hear it, "I am ready." When doubt creeps in, you feel it, "I will endure." By speaking these truths, you've turned a daunting day into a proving ground. The lighthouse of your words guided you through the fog of fear, showing you that intention, set at dawn, is a force that carries you through any storm. The takeaway shines bright, your morning voice is your first victory of the day. Let's step back and gaze into the deeper waters of this truth. Your mind at dawn is often a battlefield shrouded in fog, a haze of lingering regrets, creeping doubts, and unformed fears. Why do we wake so heavy with burdens we didn't choose to carry? How many mornings have you surrendered to that weight before even rising? The fog is not just a metaphor. It's the chaos of unchecked thoughts, the noise that drowns out your potential. But here's the revelation: you are not powerless in this mist. Your voice, your morning self-talk, is the lighthouse that pierces through a steady beam of clarity forged from intention. Think of your words as a signal flare in the dark. They don't erase the challenges. Yesterday's failures still sting. Today's trials still loom, but they illuminate your strength to face them. As Napoleon Hill once wrote in Think and Grow Rich, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Your morning affirmations are the first act of belief, the spark that ignites your will. They remind you that you're not a victim of circumstance. You're a creator of outcomes. Pain, doubt, fear, they're part of the human voyage, but they don't define your destination. Your inner voice does. So speak with purpose each morning. Let your lighthouse stand tall, unwavering, guiding you through the fog until the horizon of possibility emerges. Consider this: the first words you speak each day are the foundation of your mental architecture. They're the first bricks laid in the cathedral of your mindset. Why do so many of us begin with murmurs of defeat? I'm tired, I can't do this. Not today. These are cracks in the structure before the day even tests it. What if instead you began with declarations of strength? What if your first utterance was a vow to rise, to fight, to endure? Your morning self-talk is not mere chatter. It's a ritual of transformation. Like a river carving through stone over time, consistent words of courage reshape the landscape of your soul. They turn doubt into determination, fear into fuel. The lighthouse of your affirmations doesn't just guide, it fortifies. It stands as a reminder that you are the captain of your ship, not a passenger tossed by waves. As Wayne Dyer taught in The Power of Intention, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Your morning words change how you see the day. They pierce the fog of uncertainty, revealing not just a path, but a purpose. So guard those first words. Make them bold. Make them true. Build your day on a foundation that no storm can shake. Now let's forge this into action. You don't need to be a poet or a prophet to awaken your inner voice, just intentional. Start small, but start strong. Tomorrow morning, before the world rushes in with its demands, take 3 minutes. Stand before a mirror or sit in stillness and speak one truth to yourself. It could be, I am capable of more than I realize, or today I choose courage over comfort. Say it aloud. Feel the vibration of your voice. Let it root you. If doubt creeps in, and it will counter it, write down one reason why that affirmation is true. Maybe it's a past victory, a skill you've honed, or simply your refusal to quit. Keep this note where you can see it through the day. When the fog of uncertainty rolls in, glance at it. Remember your lighthouse. This isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Even a flickering light can guide a ship to shore. Make this a habit and watch how your mornings transform from battlegrounds into launch pads. Here's another tool to wield. Your inner critic often wakes before you do, whispering poison before your eyes even open. You failed before. You'll fail again. You're not ready. Don't let it have the first word. The moment you stir before your feet hit the floor, breathe deep and counterattack. Speak a prepared line, something short, fierce, like I rise above my doubts. Repeat it until the critic's voice fades beneath your own. To make this stick, pair it with a physical act. Clench your fist as you say it or stand tall. Anchor the words to a sensation. This isn't just talk, it's a declaration of war against self-sabotage. As Mel Robbins advises in The 5-Second Rule, action breaks the cycle of overthinking. Count down from 5 after your affirmation, then move. Make your bed splash water on your face, step into the day. You've set your intention. You've pierced the fog. Now carry that light forward one step at a time. As we close this chapter of awakening the inner voice, let the truth settle deep within you. Your morning self-talk is not a luxury. It's a necessity. It's the lighthouse that cuts through the fog of doubt, fear, and uncertainty, guiding you to the shore of your potential. You've seen it in the stories of rising from yesterday's ashes and facing daunting days with unshakable focus. You've felt it in the reflections on the power of your first words and the practical steps to anchor your intention. The key lesson is this: what you tell yourself at dawn shapes the entire arc of your day. Speak with strength and you build strength. Speak with purpose and you live with purpose. Let this be your guiding light as we prepare to journey deeper into the 12 powerful things to tell yourself every morning. There are more truths to uncover, more affirmations to wield. But for now, stand firm in this awakening. Let your inner voice be your beacon, piercing through whatever fog lies ahead. Repeat this to yourself, let it echo in your soul, and carry it into every new dawn. I am my lighthouse. My words guide me through any storm. Picture this, the first light of dawn creeps over the horizon, painting a jagged mountain peak in hues of gold and amber. You stand at the base gazing upward, the path steep and shrouded in mist. The world below buzzes with noise, endless chatter doubts, and distractions clawing at your focus. Yet each morning offers you a chance to climb, to rise above it all. Can you hear the call of that summit urging you to become your highest self? Welcome to a journey within the framework of 12 powerful things to tell yourself every morning. In this section, Climbing Above the Noise, we dive into the transformative power of morning affirmations, your personal anchors that lift you beyond external chaos and internal fears. You are not just waking up, you are ascending. Every word you speak to yourself at daybreak is a foothold on that rugged slope, a defiant stand against the storms of doubt and distraction. Feel the ground beneath you, sense the strength in your bones. This climb is yours, and today you will learn how to tower over the noise that seeks to drag you down. Imagine waking to a world that never stops shouting. Your phone buzzes with notifications before your eyes, fully open news of crisis opinions clashing like thunder, and voices telling you what to think, how to feel. You're an ordinary person, let's call you Sam, trying to carve out a life of purpose. But every scroll through your feed feels like a gale force wind threatening to knock you off course. One morning, a harsh comment on your latest project, a small business idea you've poured your heart into, stings like a shard of ice. This will never work, it reads. The words echo in your mind, breeding doubt. You feel the weight of 1,000 judgments pressing down, urging you to quit. But that morning, Sam, you pause. You stand before the mirror, hands gripping the sink's edge, and stare into your own eyes. You whisper, I am not defined by their noise. My purpose is my path. You repeat it, letting each word sink into your soul, like roots into fertile earth. You remember the mountain peak at dawn, your highest self waiting at the summit. That affirmation becomes your shield. The external storm rages, but it cannot touch the fire within you. You turn off the notifications, set the phone aside, and focus on one small step, drafting a new marketing idea. By day's end, a customer reaches out, inspired by your vision. You realize the noise was just that noise. It holds no power unless you grant it. The lesson is clear. Each morning as you climb toward your peak, you must arm yourself with words that drown out the chaos. Tell yourself, I choose my focus. I shape my reality. Like Sam, you'll find that the summit isn't just a dream. It's a destination you reach one deliberate step at a time. Now picture yourself as a student. Let's name you Maya, standing on the precipice of a defining moment. A major test looms ahead, one that could shape your future. But the night before, your mind is a battlefield. Thoughts of failure creep in like fog rolling down a hillside, obscuring your vision. What if I'm not enough, you mutter, pacing your room. Past mistakes replay in your head, every wrong answer, every missed opportunity. The weight of fear threatens to anchor you to the ground, far from the peak you long to reach. Yet as dawn breaks, Maya, you rise. You sit at the edge of your bed, the first rays of sunlight warming your face, and you speak to yourself with intention. I am prepared, I am capable, I will not break. Each phrase is a stone laid on your path upward, a rebuttal to the whispers of doubt. You visualize that mountain peak, the air crisp and clear, your fears shrinking to mere specks below. You breathe deeply, pack your notes, and walk into the exam room with shoulders squared. The test is grueling, but your morning words echo in your mind, steadying your hand. When the results come, they're not perfect, but they're enough. You've climbed higher than fear ever thought you could. Maya's story teaches us that internal shadows can be as loud as any external noise. But morning affirmations are your torch, illuminating the way to your highest self. Speak them with conviction. Tell yourself, I am stronger than my doubts. The summit awaits, and you are built to reach it. Let's pause and reflect. The noise, whether it's the clamor of others' opinions or the hiss of your own insecurities, is not a random burden. It's a test, a crucible through which your resolve is forged. Think of it as the wind howling against your mountain path. It bites at your skin, challenges your balance, but it cannot stop you unless you let it. Why do we so often crumble under voices that hold no true power? How many times have you let a fleeting criticism or a moment of doubt redirect your entire climb? Consider this: the noise is inevitable, but your response is not. Each morning as the dawn kisses the peak of your potential, you have the chance to choose. Will you listen to the storm below, or will you anchor yourself in the truth of who you are becoming? As Napoleon Hill once said in Think and Grow Rich, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Your affirmations are not mere words. They are the blueprint of your belief. They remind you that the noise is temporary, but your purpose is eternal. So stand tall, speak your truth. Let the wind howl, it will only make your ascent more triumphant. Look upward toward that mountain peak bathed in the first light of day. It's not just a destination, it's a promise, a vow that you are more than the chaos that surrounds you. Every fear, every distraction is but a pebble on the path to your greatest self. Why do we fear the climb when the view from above holds such clarity? Have you ever considered that the struggle itself is what carves your strength? The peak teaches us patience. It reminds us that elevation requires effort, that rising above the noise is not an accident, but a deliberate act of will. Your morning affirmations are the ropes and anchors of this ascent. They tether you to your vision when the ground feels unsteady. They whisper, keep going. The air is thinner up here, but the perspective is boundless. Embrace the climb. Let each step, no matter how small, be a declaration that you will not be drowned by the noise below. The summit is not a myth, it's your birthright. Now let's get practical. Rising above the noise starts with a deliberate act each morning. Before the world can intrude, before doubt can whisper, build your shield of affirmations. First, find a quiet space, your bedside, a corner by the window, anywhere the dawn can touch you. Close your eyes and breathe. Feel the mountain beneath your feet, even if it's just in your mind. Then speak aloud 3 truths. I am unshaken by others' words. I am stronger than my fears. I am climbing toward my purpose. Say them with force, as if you're carving them into stone. Write these affirmations down. Keep a small notebook or a slip of paper by your mirror. When the noise creeps in, be it a harsh email or a wave of insecurity, glance at those words. They are your reminder, your foothold on the steepest slope. If doubt strikes midday, pause. Repeat one affirmation silently. Feel it ground you. This practice isn't magic, it's muscle. The more you wield it, the higher you climb. Another tool to elevate yourself is to control the input. The noise often comes from what you allow into your space. Each morning, set a boundary. Decide that for the first hour of your day, you will not check social media news or messages. Protect that sacred time at the base of your mountain. Instead, after your affirmations, engage in one act of focus, journaling your goals, reading a page of inspiration, or simply sitting in silence as the dawn unfolds. When the world inevitably presses in, filter it. Ask yourself, does this serve my climb? If the answer is no, let it fall away like loose gravel. As Stephen R. Covey advised in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, most of us spend too much time on what is urgent and not enough time on what is important. Your morning is for the important, your ascent. Guard it fiercely. Each choice to silence the static lifts you closer to the peak. Finally, let's ponder the dawn itself. Why does the first light feel so potent, so full of promise? It's because it mirrors your own renewal. Each morning as the sun crests over your personal mountain, you are given a clean slate, a chance to redefine who you are above the noise. The dawn doesn't care about yesterday's failures or tomorrow's uncertainties. It simply rises, and so must you. Your affirmations are your pact with this light. They are your declaration that no storm, no shadow will keep you from ascending. Tell yourself, I am reborn with this light. I am unstoppable in its glow. As Tony Robbins often emphasizes, it's not the events of our lives that shape us, but our beliefs as to what those events mean. Let the dawn mean victory. Let it mean resilience. Let it be the moment you choose to climb, no matter the noise below. Your peak is not a distant dream, it's a daily decision. As we stand together at this vantage point, let's look back on the path we've traced. You've seen how morning affirmations can lift you above the cacophony of external distractions and the whispers of internal fears. Through Sam's battle with opinions and Maya's triumph over self-doubt, you've witnessed the power of speaking strength into existence. Through reflections on the mountain and the dawn, you've uncovered that the noise is not your master, it's merely a test of your will. And with practical steps, you've armed yourself to silence the static and shield your purpose. The key lesson remains: each morning is your chance to climb, to rise above all that seeks to pull you down, and to claim the summit of your highest self. So as the first light touches your face tomorrow, stand tall. Speak your truth. Let the world roar. Below you are already ascending. Prepare yourself for the next leg of this journey, where we'll explore deeper truths to anchor your mornings in unshakable power. Until then, hold fast to this mantra, your rallying cry on the steepest slopes. I rise with the dawn, my peak awaits. Picture a blacksmith's forge at dawn, the air thick with the scent of molten iron and the rhythmic clang of hammer on steel. You stand there, hammer in hand, gazing at a raw, unshaped piece of metal. Life's challenges are the fire, the relentless heat that threatens to break you. But what if the words you speak each morning are the hammer strikes that temper your will, transforming fragility into unbreakable strength? Every day as the sun rises, you have the power to forge yourself anew. In this section of 12 powerful things to tell yourself, every morning we delve into how these daily declarations build resilience and mental fortitude over time. These are not mere words, they are the tools that harden your spirit against life's blows, crafting a will that no storm can shatter. You are the blacksmith of your soul, and each morning is your chance to shape an unyielding resolve. Feel the heat, grip the hammer. Let's forge something unbreakable. Imagine yourself as a worker in a world that seems to slam every door in your face. You've poured your heart into applications, interviews, pitches, each one a piece of your hope hammered into form. Yet rejection after rejection piles up like ash in a cold forge. You're a graphic designer, let's say, with a portfolio brimming with creativity, but every client email reads, "We've gone with someone else." Each no feels like a sledgehammer to your confidence, threatening to shatter your dreams into jagged shards. You wake up some mornings staring at the ceiling, wondering if it's time to toss the hammer aside and let the fire die. But then you start a new ritual. Each morning before the world can throw its first punch, you stand before the mirror and speak steel into your soul, "I am resilient. Every no sharpens me for the yes ahead." At first, the words feel hollow, like striking a brittle blade that might snap. Yet day by day, something shifts. You notice the sting of rejection dulls. You send out 10 more proposals, tweak your designs with fiercer determination, and hold your head higher in virtual meetings. One morning, after weeks of forging this mantra into your mind, an email lands. A client wants to hire you for a major project. It's not just a win. It's proof that your daily words tempered your will against despair's heat. Like a blacksmith who strikes until the steel holds firm, your morning affirmations hardened you for this moment. The lesson is clear: resilience isn't born. It's built one powerful statement at a time. Now see yourself as a parent caught in the whirlwind of endless responsibilities. Your days are a blur of diaper changes, school drop-offs, work deadlines, and midnight fevers. You're a single mother or father, perhaps, with 2 young children who depend on your every move. The weight of it all feels like a furnace turned too high. Bills pile up, exhaustion seeps into your bones, and there are moments you fear you'll melt under the pressure. You catch your reflection in the kitchen window while washing dishes at 11 p.m., and the question haunts you: am I enough? Yet you decide to fight back with words. Each morning as the coffee brews and the kids stir, you whisper to yourself, "I am a pillar. My strength holds us together." These aren't just phrases, they're hammer strikes shaping your weary spirit into something unbreakable. Over weeks you feel the shift. When a child's tantrum erupts, you breathe deep and stand firm instead of crumbling. When a work call clashes with a school event, you prioritize with clarity, not guilt. One day as you tuck your children into bed, your oldest looks up and says, "You're the best you know that." That simple sentence is the glow of polished steel, proof that your morning words forged a strength even life's heaviest blows couldn't dent. As a blacksmith knows steel isn't made in a single strike, it's the daily tempering that creates endurance. So too is your will, built through relentless spoken resolve. Step back now and consider the nature of resilience. It's not a gift handed to a chosen few. It's a blade crafted in the forge of your mind. Every morning when you speak powerful truths to yourself, you stoke the fire and swing the hammer. Life will always bring heat, unexpected setbacks, crushing doubts, piercing failures. But ask yourself this: what if the pain isn't meant to destroy you, but to shape you? What if every struggle is a chance to temper your will into something stronger than before? Think of your daily statements as the cooling water that hardens the steel after the fire's fury. When you tell yourself, "I am unbreakable," you're not ignoring the heat, you're preparing to withstand it. Over time, these words etch themselves into your core, turning fleeting motivation into enduring strength. As the blacksmith knows a blade rushed through the process will snap under pressure, so too must you commit to this daily ritual, understanding that mental fortitude isn't forged overnight. It's the slow, deliberate work of mornings, each affirmation a strike that builds you up. Embrace the heat. Trust the process. Your resilience is being crafted one powerful word at a time. Let's linger on the power of repetition, a force as steady as a river carving through stone. Why do we doubt the impact of words spoken day after day? How often have you dismissed a simple phrase as just talk, unaware that it's a hammer shaping your inner steel? Morning affirmations are not magic, they are method. They are the consistent blows that transform raw potential into unyielding resolve. Like a blacksmith who strikes the same spot until the metal bends to his vision, your daily declarations mold your mindset over time. Consider the alternative: waking each day to silence, or worse, to whispers of self-doubt. Without a forge to shape your thoughts, life's challenges will bend you out of form, leaving you brittle and prone to breaking. But when you commit to powerful morning statements, you take control of the hammer. You decide the shape of your spirit. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, your words are the conception, the belief, the blueprint of your resilience. Repeat them until they ring true. Strike until the steel holds. The weight of repetition is your greatest ally in forging an unbreakable will. Now let's build something tangible. If you're ready to forge resilience through daily statements, start with intention. Each morning, carve out 5 minutes before the chaos of the day begins to stand before a mirror or sit in quiet stillness. Choose one powerful affirmation tied to strength. I am a force. Nothing can stop me. Speak it aloud, even if your voice trembles at first. Feel the words vibrate in your chest as if they're hammer strikes on molten steel. Repeat it 3 times, letting each repetition sink deeper. Next, write it down. Keep a small journal or a note on your phone and jot the affirmation alongside one reason you believe it today. Maybe it's a small victory from yesterday, a tough conversation you handled with grace, or simply the fact that you're still standing. This act of writing is the cooling process, solidifying the heat of your spoken words into lasting form. Do this every day for a week, then reflect. How do you feel under pressure now? Are life's blows hitting softer? Consistency is your anvil. Stand firm upon it and watch your mental strength take shape. When life's heat intensifies, when rejection, exhaustion, or doubt threaten to melt your resolve, lean into your morning words as a shield. Here's how to wield them in the moment. First, pause. Before reacting to a setback, take a breath and recall your affirmation: I am forged in fire. I will not break. Let it anchor you, a reminder of the steel you've been crafting each dawn. Second act. Use the energy of that statement to take one small step forward, send another email, tackle another task, or simply stand tall when you want to collapse. Finally, reflect at day's end. Ask yourself, how did my words carry me through today? This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Even if you stumbled, recognize that every strike, every effort adds to the strength of your blade. As Brené Brown reminds us in Daring Greatly, courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Your morning affirmations are your courage preparing you to face the fire head on. Keep speaking them. Keep showing up. Your resilience will grow with every blow you withstand. Before we close, let's marvel at the beauty of a scarred blade. A perfectly polished sword, untouched by battle, may gleam in the light, but it lacks character, lacks proof of endurance. So too is your will. Its strength lies not in avoiding life's blows, but in bearing the marks of every struggle you've overcome. Each morning when you speak power into your being, you're not erasing the scars. You're honoring them. You're saying, I've been struck, I've been tested, and I'm still here. Have you ever considered that your flaws, your failures, are the very forge that shapes your greatness? A blacksmith doesn't discard a blade for its imperfections, he works them into its strength. Your daily affirmations do the same. They remind you that resilience isn't about being unbreakable in the sense of never bending. It's about bending, enduring, and rising stronger. Tell yourself each morning, I am scarred and I am strong. Wear your marks with pride. They are the evidence of a will forged in fire, tempered by words, and ready for whatever comes next. As we step back from the forge, let the heat of this truth settle into your bones. Daily powerful statements are the hammer and anvil of your resilience. They build mental strength over time, transforming you from raw potential into a force that life's heaviest blows cannot shatter. Through the stories of the worker who turned rejection into resolve and the parent who found strength amid chaos, we've seen how morning words temper the spirit. Through reflection, we've uncovered that pain is not your undoing, but your making. And through practical steps, you now hold the tools to craft your own unbreakable will. The key lesson remains: your morning affirmations are not just words. They are the strikes that shape your soul into steel, ready for any battle. As you move forward, carry this image with you: the blacksmith at dawn, hammer raised, forging something extraordinary. Let it inspire you to speak power into every sunrise. And as a final call to action, let this mantra echo in your heart, a reminder of the strength you're building day by day. Forge your will, strike with words, become unbreakable. Beneath the silent earth, a seed stirs. You can't see it, you can't hear it. Yet in the unseen darkness, life pulses, roots stretch, and a force gathers strength to break through. What if your own growth mirrors this hidden journey? Every morning as you stand before the mirror, your words are the water, the sunlight, the quiet faith that nurtures what no eye can yet behold. In this chapter of 12 Powerful Things to Tell Yourself Every Morning, we dive into the transformative magic of nurturing the unseen growth within you. Your affirmations are not mere words. They are the whispered promises to a future self waiting to emerge. You may feel stagnant, buried under doubt or setbacks, but beneath the surface, change is brewing. Can you trust the process when the results hide from view? Let's unearth the power of self-talk as it plants seeds of belief destined to bloom into visible transformation. Feel the weight of this truth: what you speak today shapes what you become tomorrow. Are you ready to sow with intention? Picture yourself as a writer hunched over a desk littered with crumpled pages, the weight of a half-finished novel pressing on your chest. For years, you've poured your soul into this story, a dream stitched into every late night and stolen hour. But progress feels like wading through mud. Rejections pile up from publishers, and the silence from readers is deafening. You stare at your manuscript, wondering if it's worth the ache. I'm not getting anywhere. You mutter the temptation to abandon it, gnawing at your resolve. Yet each morning you drag yourself to the mirror and speak a quiet vow: I am building something real, even if I can't see it yet. My words matter. My effort counts. These aren't just phrases, they're lifelines. They tether you to a vision when doubt threatens to uproot it. Months pass, and the transformation isn't in a sudden bestseller or a glowing review. It's in the subtle shift within you. One day, a small literary magazine accepts a chapter for publication. It's not the finish line, but it's a crack in the soil, a sign that something is stirring beneath. You realize your morning words weren't empty. They were the steady drip of faith, watering a dream too deep to see. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, desire backed by faith knows no such word as impossible. Your affirmations kept that faith alive, nurturing growth in the dark until it could push toward the light. The lesson is clear: trust the slow grind. Like a seed beneath the soil, your progress lives in the unseen, fed by the words you choose to speak. Now imagine yourself at a different crossroads. You've stumbled hard, a business venture collapsed, leaving you with debt and a bruised spirit. Every morning, the mirror reflects not just your face, but the shadow of failure. Colleagues who once cheered you on now avoid your calls. You feel like a tree stripped bare by a brutal storm, roots exposed, branches broken. I've lost it all, you whisper, the weight of starting over, crushing your resolve. But in that same mirror, you begin a ritual. Each dawn, you look into your own eyes and declare, I am rebuilding, piece by piece. My strength is growing, even if I can't feel it. I will rise again. These words feel hollow at first, like shouting into a void. Yet you persist. weeks turn to months. There's no overnight miracle, no sudden investor or viral comeback. But there's a quiet shift. You start networking again, one small conversation at a time. You draft a new plan, not with arrogance, but with grit. A former client reaches out with a modest project, and though it's a far cry from your past ambitions, it's a sprout breaking through. Those morning truths weren't just noise. They were the nutrients feeding a confidence you couldn't yet see. They reminded you that even a fallen tree can send out new shoots if its roots hold firm. The seed of belief planted daily grows beneath the surface of setbacks. As Brené Brown notes in Daring Greatly Courage, starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Your affirmations were that courage, coaxing unseen growth into the light of possibility. Let's pause and consider the soil beneath your feet. A seed doesn't burst into a towering oak overnight. It lingers in darkness, wrestling with the weight of earth, drawing strength from forces it cannot name. So it is with you. When you speak affirmations each morning, you're not demanding instant results. You're pledging loyalty to a process you cannot rush. How often have you dismissed your own progress because it didn't wear a crown of immediate success? How many times have you overlooked the quiet victories, the steadier breath, the firmer resolve because they didn't shout their presence? Growth is rarely loud. It's the whisper of roots stretching the silent split of a shell, the unseen gathering of strength before a sprout dares to face the sun. Your morning words are a covenant with this hidden journey. When you say, "I am becoming more than I am today," you're not lying to yourself. You're speaking to the potential buried within. Think of your self-talk as the gentle rain that seeps into the earth unnoticed but essential. The world may not see your transformation yet, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Pain, doubt, and stagnation are not your enemies. They are the dense soil through which your resilience must push. Trust that every word of belief you utter is a thread of light reaching down to what waits to emerge. Your growth is real, even when invisible. Can you hold faith in what you cannot yet touch? Words are not just sound, they are alchemy. They turn the raw ore of your thoughts into the gold of your reality. Every morning as you stand before yourself, you wield a power greater than you might realize. Your affirmations are not idle chatter. They are the hammer striking the anvil of your spirit, shaping what is formless into something unbreakable. Consider the seed again, buried and blind to the world above. It doesn't know the warmth of the sun yet, but it feels the pull of life urging it onward. Your words are that pull. When you tell yourself, "I am growing stronger" every day, you're not predicting the future. You're commanding it into being. Have you ever stopped to wonder what happens when you neglect this ritual? Without water, without light, a seed withers. Without affirmations, your belief in yourself can shrivel under the heat of doubt. But speak with intention, and you forge a shield against despair. Your voice becomes the river that carves through stone, slow but relentless, shaping a path where none seem possible. Growth isn't always in the grand leaps. It's in the tiny unseen shifts, confidence taking root, fear losing its grip. As Wayne Dyer once said in The Power of Intention, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Your morning words change how you see yourself, nurturing a transformation that blooms in its own time. Are you ready to speak life into what lies dormant within? Let's turn philosophy into action. If morning affirmations are the water to your unseen growth, how do you ensure they reach deep enough to matter? Start simple but intentional. Each dawn, find a quiet space, whether it's before a mirror, by a window, or in the stillness of your mind. Speak 3 truths tailored to your journey. If you're battling stagnation, say, "I am moving forward even if the steps are small." My effort is building something lasting. I trust the process. If you're rebuilding after a fall, declare, "I am stronger than my setbacks." I am planting new roots today. I will rise in my own time. Say them aloud, even if your voice trembles. The sound of your conviction matters. Write these words down in a journal or on a note you can see throughout the day. When doubt creeps in, and it will glance at them, let them anchor you. Consistency is your ally. Don't skip a morning, even when you feel foolish. Remember, a seed doesn't care if the rain feels pointless. It absorbs what it needs to grow. Track one small sign of progress weekly, a task completed, a fear faced. These are the first green tips breaking through. Your words are working even when you can't see the full harvest. Commit to this ritual for 30 days and watch how the unseen begins to surface. Your mind is the soil where growth begins, but it's also a battleground. Negative thoughts like weeds can choke the seeds of belief you plant each morning. How do you protect what you've sown? Start by catching yourself mid-doubt. When you think, I'm not getting anywhere, pause. Counter it with a truth you've spoken at dawn: I am growing even if I can't see it yet. Replace the weed with a root of faith. This isn't about ignoring reality, it's about choosing which reality you feed. Create a barrier against external noise. Limit time with voices, whether people or media, that belittle your journey. Surround yourself with reminders of your affirmations. Sticky notes, a phone wallpaper, a trusted friend who echoes your belief. When progress feels invisible, reflect on past moments where persistence paid off, no matter how small. Write down one reason to keep going each night before bed. Let it be the last thought before sleep and the first fuel for your morning words. Guarding your mind is as vital as planting the seed. Tend to it daily and the unseen growth will find its way to the light. There's a profound beauty in what cannot yet be seen. A mountain is not just its peak, it's the millennia of pressure and shift beneath the earth that raised it high. Your transformation is no different. Every morning, affirmation is a quiet tremor, a shift in the unseen depths of who you are. You may not witness the full scope of your growth today or even tomorrow, but that doesn't diminish its reality. Why do we crave instant proof when the greatest wonders of life, love, healing, mastery unfold in their own sacred time? Why do we doubt the seed when we cannot see the tree? Your self-talk is a bridge between the now and the not yet. It's a promise to the future you will whisper to the roots that they will one day bear fruit. Imagine yourself as a sculptor chiseling away at a block of stone. Each strike seems futile until one day a form emerges. Your words are those strikes, steady, deliberate, shaping what others cannot yet admire. Trust in the beauty of the unseen. Let your affirmations be the compass guiding you through the fog of uncertainty. Growth is not a race, it's a quiet rebellion against doubt, a refusal to abandon what is still taking shape. Hold fast to this truth, and you'll see the day when what was hidden stands tall. As we close this chapter on nurturing the unseen growth, remember that your morning affirmations are more than a ritual. They are the lifeblood of your transformation. You've walked with a writer whose dreams seem buried and a soul rebuilding after a fall, seeing how words spoken at dawn can water the deepest roots. You've reflected on the patience, the alchemy, and the beauty of what lies beneath the surface, understanding that growth doesn't need an audience to be real. The key lesson is this: trust in the power of your self-talk to nurture the invisible seeds of belief, for they will bloom into a transformation you can one day touch. Every word you speak is a step in that journey, a commitment to a future forged by faith. So stand tall each morning, face yourself, and speak with unwavering conviction. Let your voice be the rain, the warmth, the quiet strength that calls forth what waits within. As you move forward, carry this truth into the next layers of your awakening. Your words are shaping a masterpiece even now in the dark. Speak to the seed. Your bloom is inevitable. Picture this: the dawn breaks, a pale light spilling over the horizon, and there you stand, tools in hand, before a vast empty plot of earth. This is no ordinary ground. It's the canvas of your day, the raw material of your destiny. Each morning, you are a builder tasked with laying the first stone of a structure that will one day tower as a testament to your purpose. But will you place that stone with trembling doubt or with the fierce intent of a creator who knows their power? The choice is yours, and it begins with the words you speak to yourself before the world dares to interrupt. Welcome to a journey of transformation, a chapter in the sacred practice of 12 powerful things to tell yourself every morning. Here in Building the Day's Foundation, we dive into the cumulative might of morning self-talk, those whispered affirmations that shape not just your hours, but your entire life. Every word you utter to yourself at sunrise is a brick in the cathedral of your impact. Feel the weight of that responsibility. Feel the fire of that opportunity. You are not merely starting a day, you are forging a legacy. Let's explore how the quiet strength of your morning declarations can erect a life of unshakable purpose. Imagine an artist, brush in hand, standing before a blank canvas each morning. Her name is Maya, and for years her heart has ached to create something that moves the world. Yet doubt has been her shadow. Whispers of, "You're not enough," have stolen countless dawns. She's tossed aside sketches, abandoned ideas, and watched peers soar while she stumbled. But one morning, everything shifts. Maya looks in the mirror and declares, "Today I paint with fearless heart. My vision matters." It's a small act of fragile stone laid in the foundation of her day, but it holds. Day after day, she repeats this ritual. I create with purpose. I grow with every stroke. Some mornings her hands shake. Some canvases remain empty. But slowly over weeks, then months, her portfolio blooms. A gallery notices her work, a raw, emotional series born from those quiet affirmations. She stands at her first exhibition, surrounded by admirers, realizing that each painting began with a single powerful thought at sunrise. The conflict of self-doubt could have buried her, but her morning words became her chisel, carving a path through fear. Maya's story mirrors your own. How often have you stared at the blank canvas of your dreams, paralyzed by uncertainty? Her lesson is clear: each day is a stone, and your morning self-talk is the intent that places it. Build with belief, and over time, you'll construct a masterpiece of impact. As Maya learned, the takeaway is that consistent morning affirmations compound into a life of purpose, brick by brick, day by day. Now picture a leader named Amir guiding a team through the storm of a failing project. Deadlines loom like dark clouds, morale sinks like a ship in rough seas, and whispers of failure echo in boardrooms. Amir feels the weight every sleepless night, every critical email. He could crumble, let the pressure fracture his resolve. But each morning he stands before his reflection and speaks with quiet steel, I am the vision my team needs. I lead with unshakable strength. These words are his first stone, the foundation of his day's resolve. Through weeks of chaos, Amir clings to this ritual. I inspire, I endure, I build. He faces setbacks, a lost client, a budget overrun, but his morning reminders anchor him. He rallies his team with clarity, not desperation, turning late-night strategy sessions into breakthroughs. Slowly the project turns. The team delivers not just on time, but with innovation that earns industry praise. Standing before his colleagues, accepting their gratitude, Amir knows those morning words weren't just talk. They were the scaffolding of his leadership. Your battles may not be in boardrooms, but the struggle to lead, whether a team, a family, or yourself, is universal. In Amir's conflict, the crushing doubt of failure is yours too. Yet his resolution teaches us that morning self-talk is the builder's first act. Lay that stone with intent as he did, and you'll erect a day of strength that withstands any storm. The takeaway resonates: your daily affirmations are not fleeting. They accumulate, forging a life of undeniable impact. Pause for a moment. Consider the builder at dawn standing before a barren field. That first stone they lay, it seems so small, doesn't it? Insignificant against the vastness of the structure they envision. Yet without it, no cathedral rises, no fortress stands. Your morning self-talk is that first stone, a seemingly minor act that holds the weight of your entire day. Why do we underestimate it? Why do we let the rush of life drown out those vital words of intent? Think deeper. Every great achievement in history, every invention, every movement began with a single thought, a quiet resolve in someone's mind at the start of a day. Your words at sunrise are not just pep talks. They are the seeds of transformation planted in the fertile ground of possibility. When you tell yourself, I am capable, I am relentless, you are not merely speaking, you are constructing. You are aligning your spirit with a purpose that compounds over time. Like a river carving through stone, slow but unstoppable, your daily affirmations shape a life of impact. How many mornings have you wasted on silence or doubt when you could have built something eternal? Let's go further. Imagine your life as a vast edifice, a towering monument to your will. Each day you return to the work site. Some days the sun blazes and laying stones feels effortless. Other days storms rage and every effort feels futile. Yet the builder does not stop. Why? Because they know that progress is not in the single stone, but in the unrelenting act of placing it day after day. Your morning self-talk is that act, a commitment to show up, to forge your intent, even when the winds howl. This is the cumulative power of your words. They are not isolated echoes. They are the hammer strikes that shape the raw iron of your potential. Tell yourself, I rise above fear, and you temper your courage. Whisper, I build with purpose, and you strengthen your resolve. Over time, these declarations stack like bricks, creating a fortress of impact no setback can breach. Have you ever considered the cost of skipping this ritual? What structures of greatness have you left unbuilt because you failed to lay that first stone at dawn? Now let's turn philosophy into action. You want the cumulative power of morning self-talk to transform your life. But where do you begin? It's simpler than you think. Start with a mirror. Yes, look yourself in the eye. Speak aloud one truth that anchors your day. I am the builder of my destiny. Feel the words, don't just say them. Let them sink into your bones. Write down 3 affirmations tied to your purpose. Perhaps I create with passion, I lead with clarity, or I endure with strength. Repeat them each morning for 30 days. Consistency is your mortar. It binds the stones of your intent. When doubt creeps in, and it will pause, breathe. Remind yourself why you started. Keep a journal nearby to jot down one victory, however small, from the day before. Let it fuel your words. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Your morning ritual is the conception, your belief the foundation. Build it daily and watch how your life rises. Here's another tool to wield. The world will try to shake your foundation. Distractions, criticism, and chaos will test your morning resolve. Guard it fiercely. Carve out 5 sacred minutes each dawn, free from phones, emails, or noise. Stand somewhere quiet, whether it's by a window or in a corner of your home. Speak your affirmations with conviction. Today I lay a stone of purpose. Nothing will move it. Visualize the day ahead as a structure you're building. See the challenges as bricks you'll place with care, not obstacles to fear. If negativity intrudes, counter it. When a thought whispers, you'll fail, respond aloud. I've built stronger foundations than this doubt. As Tony Robbins often says, it's not the events of our lives that shape us, but our beliefs as to what those events mean. Shape your morning with empowering beliefs. Protect that first stone, and you'll protect the entire edifice of your day. Make this a non-negotiable act, and over time, your life will reflect the strength of your foundation. One final reflection before we close. Picture yourself years from now looking back on this moment. What do you see? A life of scattered stones, half-built dreams, abandoned at the first sign of struggle? Or a grand monument, a legacy of impact crafted from countless mornings of fierce intent? The difference lies in your daily choice to speak power into your dawn. Each affirmation is a promise to yourself, a vow that you will not just exist, but build. Your morning words are more than self-talk. They are the blueprint of your soul's work. They echo across time, shaping not just your days, but the mark you leave on the world. As Stephen R. Covey wrote in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, begin with the end in mind. Begin each morning with the end in mind. Envision the life of purpose you are constructing. How will you speak to yourself tomorrow? Will your words be the first stone of a day that changes everything? As we step back from this exploration of building the day's foundation, let the truth settle deep within you. Your morning self-talk is not a fleeting ritual. It's the cumulative force that erects a life of purpose and impact. Like the builder placing that first stone, your words at dawn set the tone, the strength, and the vision for all that follows. Maya the artist painted her legacy through daily affirmations. Amir the leader inspired a turnaround with his sunrise resolve. Their stories and the reflections we've shared all point to one unshakable takeaway: consistent morning affirmations compound into a life of purpose, brick by brick, day by day. You hold the tools. You hold the power. Tomorrow, when the first light touches your face, stand tall and declare your intent. Build your day with words of fire and steel, knowing each stone you lay brings you closer to a towering life of meaning. As we prepare to journey deeper into the 12 powerful things to tell yourself every morning, carry this truth with you: your foundation is everything. Lay the first stone with fierce intent. Your legacy rises today.